Hello. The reason for this video is over the last couple months, I've seen a lot of great content that's been developed on how to make a very aesthetically pleasing stock tracking spreadsheet. But a lot of them are a lot of manual input. And so over the last couple months, I've developed different ways using HTML and import XML in order to have a lot of the data entry work be taken care of by Gsheets. I haven't seen a lot of content out there about it, so not sure if there's a reason why, but figured I'd do a quick video and hopefully it helps somebody out there. So this is the spreadsheet that I mocked up as a template for this video, and more or less the only manual inputs that are on this whole entire sheet are this validation and these fields here. I'll mostly be buzzing through the Google Finance functionality because I just feel like everybody's seen that, and more of the HTML pieces are the pieces that are a little bit more difficult. So this is just a hyperlink out to Market Watch with the Google Finance function. This is an import XML off of E-Trade in order to pull down what sector the company's in. This is a 30-day chart using Sparkline, pretty basic, as well as the 30-day change using the Google Finance feature. This is the current price using Google Finance. And then after this is where you start getting into a lot of the capabilities and ratios that you're not able to really do unless you're using these functions. So this is the current market cap of AT&T. I'll get a little bit more into how this function operates, but feel free to stop, pause the video, kind of look how things operate. This is the current price target from analysts, the RSI, price to book value, current dividend yield, as well as enterprise value to sales. Now you could do any ratio you want, pulling in this data live. One thing I would say is the more stocks you put in, the more inputs you're putting in and the more calls that the spreadsheet's making, which does hit caps. And there's ways around that, and I'll probably do a follow-up video if this ends up getting some traction and people are interested. So yeah, let's kind of dive into these formulas and how you make them work. And if there's a particular different stats that are interesting that are out there and people have questions about, happy to make a follow-up video about that as well. So this is the formula that's actually for long-term debt. So right here. So what you're seeing is in red is a validation to say, if this right here in this table, which is basically this area that's in the import HTML table 6, contains total debt, then pull in this field. And how you're doing that is with the index here. So the index is saying second row down, first column contains total debt. Okay, cool, it does. Then go over here and pull in the index, second row down, sixth one over. So if this company's been around for less than 6 years, say like an Airbnb, then you wouldn't be able to actually pull this in, and you have to kind of develop around that. So this is more of a basic video and kind of getting people using it. I can show you how I correct for that in other templates. And then finally here, if you do pull this field in, it's in billions, not millions, and it's not able to calculate because there is an alphanumeric in it. So what we're doing in this orange section is saying, if this contains a B, then multiply times 1,000. If not, just put a 1 there. And we're going to be taking out if you actually go in here, I guess it's missing, but there's actually should be a substitute to pull these things out so that you end up getting it here. So more or less, you can switch this over to T, and what you'll see is there's no long-term debt here. So this ends up going blank. How you correct for that, as you can see, there's short-term and long-term debt fields here. So you basically have to rewrite this field, which you'll see here, to pull in this long-term debt field right down here, as well as the short-term debt field that's in the next cell over, and then you combine them to get the total debt. So that's kind of how you get those values. So over here, we're looking at actually the RSI. So one of the indicators to say something's either getting overbought, oversold. So this is how the XML function works. you have the URL, and what you'll notice in most URLs is there is the ticker symbol in it. And if that isn't there, then probably not going to be a good fit for HTML and XML. So PSEC again here. And this is kind of how the spreadsheet functions, is when you write it that way, if it goes T, all of a sudden now you're looking at AT&T's balance sheet. So coming back over here, what we're looking at is saying this is again, the website, and we'll switch this out depending on the ticker. And then we're pulling in this XML path. So going down here, XML, right here. So how I get the XML path, it's actually a Chrome extension. It doesn't look like it's on the Chrome store anymore, but there's a number of ways to do this. There's a lot of videos out there on how to actually do the XML path. This is just the way I've learned to do it. If anyone has any questions, I can put the Chrome extension website, because I think that's still up there. And so as you can see, that's pulling in that, and now you have the RSI indicator. So I hope this helps. If anyone has any questions, feel free to post in the comments. Just starting out with this, so feel free to like or I guess subscribe to the other functionality within the YouTube platform to show your affection. So any comments or feedback would be super appreciative. I hope this helps somebody out there, and look forward to catching you guys on the next video.